Hello, I'm Eric from Trines Jewelry. The following short video is going to take you behind the scenes during the production of a custom piece of jewelry. From the design phase to the final polish, Trines Jewelry is committed to providing the finest quality, one-of-a-kind creations for our customers. Let's get started.
Every custom piece starts with the design. We may sketch out a drawing by hand or get right to work rendering your piece with CAD software. This stage of the process is a time to visualize various design elements, metal types, or even try out different colors or shapes of gemstones. We might go through several different versions before deciding on the final design. This piece is a 14-karat white gold pendant featuring a 1-carat center diamond surrounded by 33 smaller diamonds totaling half a carat and set in a dramatically curved and twisting shape.
The experienced designers at Trines Jewelry will work one-on-one with you to discover the piece you're wishing to create. Whatever your design, we take pride in using the highest standards when selecting the gemstones and materials that will be used in its creation.
Once you've signed off on the design, the next step is to create a wax model of the piece. For this project, we are growing the wax in a state-of-the-art 3D printer. The printer builds the wax layer by layer, perfectly replicating all the detail of the CAD design in the precise dimensions. The models can also be cut using a computer-controlled lathe or even painstakingly crafted by hand.
The wax is when we begin to see the design take shape in physical form, but we still have a long way to go. With the wax completed, we will now use it to make an investment mold that will be used in the casting process.
To create the investment mold, the wax is first attached to a rubber base with a cone-shaped pedestal in the center. This shape will create a funnel in the mold for the molten gold to flow through during casting. This is called the sprue. We then place a metal cylinder or flask over the base. Investment compound must be carefully mixed with the correct amount of water before it can be poured into the flask. When fully blended together, the end result is a plaster-like substance which will form the basis of our mold. A vacuum machine is used to remove all the air from the investment. Air bubbles left in the investment can lead to tiny defects in the metal casting. After the investment is poured into the flask, we put it into the vacuum machine yet again. Once we're sure that all the air has been drawn out, we allow the investment to dry. When this is done, the flask is left overnight in a furnace or kiln. The furnace will reach temperatures hot enough to completely melt out the wax. The cavity that remains is an exact negative impression of our piece.
The process of creating the investment mold and casting is a lot like baking a cake. All of the ingredients, temperatures, and timings must be correct, or the entire process, all the way back to the creation of the wax, must be restarted from scratch. Great care must be taken during every step.
We can now remove the flask from the furnace and place it into the casting machine. The gold used in jewelry making is typically a mixture of pure gold and other alloys. The mix is carefully weighed and placed in a ceramic crucible. We add borax to the mix to remove any impurities. A torch is used to melt the gold. With this machine, centrifugal force pulls the molten gold from the crucible into the flask, filling the cavity of our mold. After the gold has cooled, we can remove the rough casting of our piece from the investment. This takes water, brushes, and a bit of elbow grease.
With the rough casting complete, our piece is now moving closer to its destination. Now it's off to the jeweler's bench and the polishing wheel to complete the project.
At the jeweler's bench, we remove the sprue and clean up the rough casting. Using small polish wheels, we even out the metal surface and remove any scratches or imperfections. A variety of burrs and other small tools are used to carefully set our gemstones. A steady hand and a confident state of mind are equally important tools of the bench jeweler. For the final polish, we use a polishing machine. The wheels of the polishing machine spin at a high rate of speed, creating the mirror-like finish we associate with fine jewelry. An ultrasonic cleaner and steamer are used to remove any unwanted residue. Since our piece is white gold, as a final step, we will plate the surface with rhodium, a white alloy. This will give a bright white finish to the metal that matches the brilliance of the diamonds. Our custom piece is finally complete and looks absolutely beautiful. It's ready to be worn and loved for years to come.
Creating a custom piece of jewelry requires a lot of specialized equipment and knowledge, but the most important skill of all is experience. At Trine's Jewelry, we've been handcrafting custom jewelry from scratch for over 50 years. We hope you enjoyed this brief look at one of the most rewarding and inspiring parts of the work we do. We invite you to come in and discuss how we can design and create your very own unique masterpiece.